Southern Vangard Radio. This is DJ John Doe, and to the left of me is my man.
Woo! 120 proof Chino.
Cappuccino me.
What's happening?
Hey man, did you hear our the harmonies that were busting? We busted out on 206 last week.
Oh yeah,
with
it was nice.
Y'all
man.
started saying cappuccino mix, and I started like remembering. We did that little WKRP in Cincinnati tribute.
Yeah. We was on. We was
sound
on
pretty
one.
good, man.
Yeah, we was on one on 206.
Maybe we need to record a an R&B soul album. What do you think?
I don't know. Let me think about that. No, because I fuck with it. I mean, unfortunately we're gonna need. I mean, we're gonna need a lot of auto tune. That's why I'm
straight
hesitant.
raw, raw, man.
Nah.
Your man. What was your man? Fucking Dudley Perkins. He didn't use no auto tune, man. He was all over the place. Remember that flower shit?
Yeah,
remember that shit? That shit was dope.
But his name is Dudley. Yeah, homie, I don't know about that.
No, okay,
man.
we'll pass on that.
How
are you, dude?
That. I'm good, man. I'm happy to be back at the crib.
Yeah, you've been in Memphis, right?
Yeah, I was up there with my grandson, man. He had a little surgery. We was in St. Jude Children's Research Hospital from Wednesday until Saturday.
God dang, you guys were in there for the haul, man.
Yeah, I just, when I heard about it, something jumped on me that I wanted to be there for that. So I'm glad I was able to get up there and be with him and
good, man.
Give my daughter a break here and there and make sure he was straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went well.
Everything
okay?
Well.
Yeah, everything's good, man.
Good.
He tried to soldier up and go to school today, but he only lasted a couple of hours. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they tell him to stay home?
Well, it was up to him.
Oh, okay.
It was up to him, and he felt like he could do it, but
okay,
it just proved to be a little too much for him. So he got checked out early. Hopefully he'll just take a day out tomorrow and maybe two.
Gotcha.
And just chill out. It's the end of the school year, man. So
I know it's wild.
Yeah, it ain't gonna hurt them to miss a few days here and there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Big up St. Jude.
Shouts out to St. Jude for real, man. Some good people over there, man. It's a great fucking hospital. I was eating hospital food, and it was quite tasty. And I know they was ready for me to go because they fucked around and showed me where the free juice was at. You never wanna do that. Never wanna do that. I was hitting their ass up.
All right.
Hell yeah. So shouts out to St. Jude, man. I fuck with them. They take great care of my little man, and I appreciate them for that. And just for the work that they do in general, man.
Absolutely.
Because my grandson's kind of lucky in that aspect. He goes in there and gets his treatments done, and he can go home. It's families that basically live there,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
From all over the world,
yep.
You know what I mean? So it's a great thing they got going over there. What's up with you, man? What you get into?
Into May, school year craziness. Having 4 kids is it's challenging, but we're getting through it. Just, basketball, football.
I feel like I tried to tell you that.
It's wild. You did try to tell me. Everybody tells me. Yeah. I saw somebody from church at Chick-fil-A tonight, and I was just like, I'm just trying to get through May. She's like, well, that's what happens when you have a lot of kids. I'm like, I know. You don't have to remind me.
Yeah.
But, no, we're good, man. I can't complain.
That's what's up.
Weather's popping right now, but it's
so
nice. Fucking beautiful now today. Oh, I love it.
It's so nice.
I love it. So I'm cool, man.
Good.
Swimming pool open today in the neighborhood.
Oh, y'all ready?
Oh, we ready to go.
It ain't
summer.
Cool weather, though.
I smell summer.
It's too cold to get out there in that water.
Hey, well, you know what, though? I mean,
unless that's a heated pool.
It is not a heated pool.
Okay, I wouldn't even put my feet in there.
But, my wife is from Michigan. We go up to Lake Michigan. We go up to Michigan every summer to vacation. You go up there in June, July. That lake is like
ice cold,
55, 60 degrees. They got in this pool today.
Yeah.
No problem. They jump right in that motherfucker,
That's what's up.
So they're battle tested.
All right.
Yeah, but we're good, man.
There it is.
All right, well, let's just cut all the chit chat and the small talk. We're actually here to interview someone today. If you're a fan of the person that we have, this gentleman that we have on the phone with us tonight, Then this is the first time you're listening. Welcome. This is Southern Vangard Radio. We drop twice a week. Twice a week Meeks, twice a week Doe. On Tuesdays is it's a mix show. All the latest and greatest hip hop cut up on the ones and twos like it should be by yours truly. Me and Meeks popping shit, drinking bourbon, drinking beer, having way too much fun than we should, being 40 plus year old men on a Monday night or Sunday night.
And we really need to get this started before this bourbon kick in.
Exactly.
That's what I'm afraid of.
We're on that 120 proof tonight. Big up Knob Creek, Barrel Select.
Creek, Claremont, Kentucky.
Whoo, man, from Whitlock Package, boy, on the corner of Burnt Hickory and Whitlock. Hey, my Lord. So that's the shit we on tonight, and then
run through that bar.
No, we're not. And then on Thursdays we have an interview session. So it could be with a DJ or MC, producer, photographer.
Yeah.
Someone basically within the sphere of hip hop. People that we fuck with. So last week, for example, we had CMNY on Big Up Buffalo. Before that, we actually dropped 3 interviews because we were light in April, so we made up for it. We had 5 Steez and Mordecai. We had Truth. We had C Keys and Kazi. Before that, we had Vinyl Villain. Before that, Chong Wizard, Rob Victim, Knowledge the Pirate, 38 Spesh, Rick Hyde. The list goes on and on. There's this is episode 207 of the Mix Show. There's 207 Mix Shows you can go back and listen to. And there's easily 160, 170 interviews you can go back and listen to too. So fuck with us on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Google Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and then a number of affiliates all over this fine country and world to support us, right?
Yeah, fuck with us in general, but you can also find us at atlhiphop.com. I am classic, rawradio.net. Return of the BoomBap, WRBB, X Squad Radio, X Squad affiliates, all of those in Atlanta, and then we venture out to the West Coast with Soul Public Radio.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so Meeks, I said we're on a fashion shit tonight.
Yeah, this is a first.
This is a first, and I'm a fashion misfit, as you know. You're probably going to be much better equipped to handle a large part of this conversation and interview tonight. Just having good perspective. But that being said, first off, big up to the homie P. Watts, who is responsible for this interview as well as, he had Truth stop by when he was in the A couple of weeks ago. So he set that one up. Obviously, P. Watts brought a large pro through the A. And, there's just actually this whole big story with Watts and this gentleman tonight and how things kind of unfolded at A3C for us at our showcase last year. So without any further ado,
no doubt.
CMNY, Carlos, how are you, my brother?
What's going on, fellas?
You got it, man. What's the deal, Carlos?
Oh, man, I'm good over here in Brooklyn, baby. Checking y'all out.
Brooklyn.
All day.
All right.
So Carlos, man, first off, thank you for joining us tonight. I guess one question I gotta ask first, just to kind of kick it off, is how do you and Watts know one another?
It's a funny story. Watts, that's my boy. He pulled up on me at the store. I did an event one day, and he came through with a few other people and introduced himself. And he was like, "I've been messing with your stuff for a while. I live down south. I grew up in Queens." And he bought some stuff in advance. And he gave me his number, and we just started hitting each other up. I was like, "I got your stuff," and and we just started clicking. He came back to New York, and he would come by and buy stuff, and then I would invite him to go to parties or whatever. And now we just eat all the time together and hang out all the time.
Dope.
It's like I Dr. Watts.
That's what's up.
That's
my boy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's been connecting a lot of dots for us, just putting folks on to us and helping us set up interviews and whatnot. So big up
Watts is a real good dude.
Nah, he's a solid character, bro. He's a solid dude. I love that dude.
So Carlos, what's the story? There's some story, and Watts was telling a little bit of it when him and Large came through. But I guess when we were doing the A3C showcase last fall, I guess was it like Rashid Chappelle and Breakbeat Lou like in the shop at the same time, or is there some sort of story there how you were kind of lightly involved in getting folks connected and showing up at this thing, man? What's your side of the story on that?
No, well, I deal with a lot of people in New York, like a lot of rappers and DJs, producers. They all mess with me.
Yeah.
And so Watts was going to A3C, and Lou was going with Opio. So I connected Watts with Lou, excuse me. And then Rashid just happened to come to the store one day, was chilling, buying some stuff, to go to A3C as well. So it kind of like all manifested itself, like they all ended up meeting up with each other out there. But I told Lou to do some work with Watts and let Watts and Arch Pro come out on your guys' show. So, I should have been executive producer of that event.
In some ways you were, my friend.
No doubt. I didn't get the credit, though.
No doubt.
The check didn't come in yet.
It didn't come over here either, so.
It's all love. It's all love.
Nah, it's cool.
But
we had a good time.
John Doe got 4 kids, man. There's no money for nothing else.
Ain't no money to go around, man. Nah, but we had a great time that night, man. That was a historical night for us, and P. Watts was part of the historical magic too, because nobody expecting Lars to jump out there like he did, but I'd be damned if it didn't happen, and we'll forever be grateful for that, man. That's what's up.
Nah, man, that's what it's about, man. It's like a hip hop family. We got to support each other.
Absolutely.
We're small. We're a small breed over here. We're not like it used to be before. It was more of us. Now it's like less of us.
Right.
So we got to support however we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt.
Absolutely, for sure.
So Carlos, I'd kind of like to get your story from the beginning, man. I know you've done a couple of interviews, here and there, some in, print, just kind of online, and then, some on podcasts. But, if you had to give a pitch as to what CMNY was about, like where would you start?
Well, definitely CMNY is takes you back to that old New York feeling that you don't get anymore. It's kind of like the music or the fashion itself as well. Like we don't get that feeling anymore. Like when you hear a hot song back in the days, you don't feel that. I don't feel it anymore. Like I might feel a few things, but I don't hear nothing that's a classic that's going to, endure the test of time. So I just feel like the brand gives you that feeling. It takes you back to that essence, that era. Like, let's say like the Rakim versus Kane I dropped. That's like, that was everybody's dream battle.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put it on paper and then, made it into a shirt and people going crazy for it.
Dope.
So it's just the essence, the old hip hop essence, that old New York essence. That's what I try to give the crowd, give the people.
Carlos, what's the temperature like right now? Because I feel like your brand and your what you do with CMNY is for a specific person, but New York is so different now. Like you kind of touched on it a little bit. Like what would you say the climate in the city is right now?
Well, I mean, it's funny because like some of the younger kids, they love my stuff because it reminds them of their dads or their uncles, or it reminds them of the old New York, like I said. And some people respect the nostalgia of it as well. Like, you're gonna be from New York to like what I do. You can be from anywhere and appreciate it, because I get orders from overseas, orders Midwest, down south, out west, all the way out west. So it's just universal. It's worldwide. Yeah. So people just embrace the brand. It gives them a feeling.
Okay. Yeah, you got some choice pieces, man. I see my money going into your pockets in the very near future. I just hope some. That. Yeah, I just hope some of them snapbacks can fit my head, man. Because you got some fly ones over there, man. I'm looking at the beanies and the shirts and all that shit. It's what keeps you motivated, man?
Yo, well, it's funny because sometimes I'm like, damn, what am I gonna drop next? What can I do next? And I'm waiting about the next project or the next piece, and it just comes. It just naturally, like walking down the street or listening to an old song or, anything, a conversation that you and I can have right now. And I might come up with a piece later. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just daily living.
Yeah.
That's what inspires me.
That's what's up. That's hip hop.
Yeah.
That's hip hop right there.
Carlos, what's been one piece or one design that really surprised you over the years? I know you've been doing this for a while, but Was there one where you're like, wow, I didn't understand that. I really never thought that would pop.
I mean, I never go in thinking like it won't pop, but I'm always hoping that it pops. But the crazy thing is, like, the more basic, the more it goes. And I'm like, damn, when I put the most energy into, it hit, but then it hit like as hard as I thought it would. When I do a basic one, it's like, oh shit, people go crazy.
That's wild.
Like the Biggie Jay-Z Nas, the medallions I did, the 3 pieces. So it was like that just sold so much for me because I guess everybody, loved that era, the Biggie J Nas and all that, so it was just, it kept selling. Like I just brought it back out a few weeks ago and it sold out again. And I'm like, damn, they just love that piece.
Wow.
And it's a one color job. You understand? Like when I do pieces that have like intricate colors and, intricate design or whatever. And I'm like, damn, people like it, but only select few. Yeah. But the simple ones, everybody goes and jumps for it.
I like the term you just used describing the joint as a piece. It gives it like a artistic value to it. When you see people like the West Side Guns and the Conways and cats like that treat their music the same way, and they do limited runs and they treat it like it's it's art. It is art, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, they treat it like it's art in the form of a sculpture or a painting or something like that. Is that how you look at your work and what you do?
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's the homies too, Westside and Con and Benny and all of them. I actually did the Benny the Butcher logo.
Oh shit!
I didn't know that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that for him. Yeah, that's my people.
Nice.
So, well, me and my partner, like my boy PJ, that we grew up together. Like he helps me with my designs. Like he puts them together for me. So I'm like, if it's the concept, put it together. He bangs them out for me.
Nice. Real.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely is all artistic. If you think about it, it's all a work of art. It's all a masterpiece.
No doubt. Does it throw off the masterpiece feel for you when you might see like a young cat with one of your shirts on and some really, really skinny jeans? Like, does that fuck with you at all?
I mean, what's crazy? Like back in the days, because I'm older, I'm 48, so
I'm right there with
we
you.
Didn't have baggy jeans.
I'm right
we
there.
We didn't have baggy jeans when we first started. Like, you know what I mean? It was all like kind of fitted.
Yeah.
So I mean, most like the kids that listen to rock music, they were wearing the skin tight jeans, and I was like, nah. I ain't messing with that.
Nah, that was not popping at the crib.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not mad at the kids of what they do because we were always trying to be different as well. Like back then, like I didn't dress how my brother dressed, you know what I mean, or how my older cousins dressed. We dressed different. I started wearing windbreaker suits and breakdancing. They were wearing like the Chuck Taylors before that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it offends. I mean, I get bothered a little bit when I see kids dressing feminine, like like boys dressing feminine. Yeah. But what can I tell them? Like I seen a kid wearing like a purse the other day. I was like, "Yo, fam, where's your dad? Where's your uncle at?" My parents wouldn't let me go out the house wearing no crazy shit like that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I mean, teachers like even with the tattoos on the face. I'm like, yo, you wilding out right now.
Yeah,
fam.
like, do you ever plan on getting a job? Like seriously, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're making some choices out here that's real questionable, man. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else could look at that as a symbol of freedom and just not, giving a fuck and, fuck the mainstream and, fuck society and all that, which is, somewhat free, but, at the end of the day,
I think we would like that as well.
Yeah.
Because, we used to be like, yo, fuck the world, FTW. That was our thing. Remember that back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
But we weren't like, yo, I'm going to get a tattoo on my forehead. You know what I mean?
Never that. That also was not popping at the crib.
So it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, like, times are different, though, so.
No doubt.
I don't know.
Yo,
but
Carlos,
see, some kids still maintain that essence, you know what I mean? Like, they still rock the fly shit.
Yeah. Shit, that's the basis. That's the basis for our show, man. Just, it never ceases to amaze us that, you know, the music that we play on our show is like all new. You know what I mean? And it gives it go back to that feel you were talking about. It gives us that feel that, you know, you can't get from a lot of the music right now. So it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very carved out into its own thing. Like, you know, whereas, you know, hip hop used to be the same thing across the board back in the day. Now it's so spread out that the shit that we play on this show is very defined. It's a very thin line. You know what I mean? And we just be bugging out on that shit every week, man. That shit's crazy.
No, I mean, it's definitely like now more than ever. Like I see like the younger dudes coming in now, like with that old feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that old essence. And it's like a few years back, I wasn't hearing that.
Right.
I want to go back, like, let's say 2012, 2013. I wasn't really hearing that type of vibe. Like, I heard underground dudes spitting, but I wasn't like, yeah, I gotta go cop that album. I've been buying albums now lately because I ain't gonna lie to you, like, P. Watts, he'd be like, yo, you gotta listen to this one, listen to that one. And I'm like, oh, shit, yo, them kids got it.
Yeah,
like, he put me on to Ethos.
That's the same shit. That's the same shit we be on. It's fascinating to me, man. I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah. So I'm like, so when I hear something like that, I'm like, yo, that's hard. I don't like soft rap. You know what I mean? Like, I like, you know, some stuff, but I mean, like, I like that cut your face. You know what I mean? All that violent shit.
No, I do. I say this all the time. Like, I just want to peel somebody's face off. Like when I'm listening to hip hop, man. That's what I wanted to do. Man. That's why the vibe of the show is, for the most part, is like it is. Like, I can't really explain. I try to explain it, you know, when we're picking joints to play on the show. But I tell folks, I'm like, look, guys, like, don't send me no bullshit, man. Like you gotta put your best foot forward, right, and you gotta go out for blood. Yeah, man.
You gotta
like,
get to
every
it.
Time you get in the lab, you
gotta get to it. Yeah, for real.
Like I want to hear like a protect your neck now. You know what I mean? Like that type of vibe.
Exactly.
Like incarcerated scar faces. Exactly. Like I don't hear that now.
Yeah. It's some dudes out here that got that type of shit though. That's what we love. That's what we fuck with.
But the crazy shit though too is like sometimes the lyrics is hard, but the beats is whack, or the beat is hard and the lyrics is
Yeah. It's the consistency is lacking.
I need the both to be
crazy. It need to be on point for sure.
If you ain't giving me it like that, don't give it to me. I don't want it.
No doubt. Well, Carlos, what's you know you had a lot of cats early on. You know, like I said, me and you the same age. You know, John Doe is 6 years behind us or whatever. But it's
6?
Damn,
okay.
Yeah.
You old mother. I just kidding.
You the same age as my brother. I keep telling you.
We still got it. We still got it.
Oh, we still got it. What I wanted to ask you was early on, like what, you know, cats would go to either the breaking or the MCing or DJing, or you had the graffiti artist. What drew you into fashion?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Well, growing up in New York, you would go to school and it was a fashion show. Mm-hmm. No matter, like, start like in 5th grade, 4th grade, start breakdancing. You know, that was like the early age I was breakdancing. So, you know, you needed the Puma suit. So you needed the Puma sneakers. You had the Adidas suit. You needed the Adidas sneakers. So that was the Latigra shirts, the Lee jeans.
Yeah.
You know, the Kango. So, you know, started out as a B-boy first, and then it grew. So then I got to high school. The V Goose Bombers came out, and everybody's wearing Levi's, and you know, it just progressed. Now it's Feli's.
Right.
Then it went into the Bally shoes and wearing the velour suits, the Feli velours, and it just every year was something different, and then you had to maintain. Benetton came in crazy, Polo after that, and it was just it was like, you know, if you wanted to be fly, and that's what you had to do. You
had to do whatever.
So so it was the fashion, you know, boosting all that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I used to run up at Macy's and go crazy.
Man, I've heard so many stories about the boosting game up in New York. It's crazy. I think the king of that is like Thurston. He got some crazy fucking stories, man.
But the fly shit was like everybody was boosting, so girls would go boosting and they'll bring it back to the neighborhood and you could buy like It's like you say, you buy a half price sweater new. You know what I mean? Like you pay half price for a polo sweater or whatever. So instead of paying like $200, you're paying $100.
Yeah.
I bought a Timberland leather, like from the Timberland store. That shit was like $1,000 to pay like $200, $250 for it. It was like 91, 92. And it was just a little tree behind the collar. Like you didn't even know it was a Timberland. But this shit was crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy for real.
Yeah. So it was like, you had to stay fly.
Yeah. So
Carlos,
is that what drove you to want to get off into it? Just again, because that's a feeling too. That's a whole vibe right there. Just wanting to, step out the house looking fly every day. You know what I'm saying?
I think what made me get into the clothing thing was that different brands were just getting cornier to me, and nobody was speaking to me anymore. Like even with Polo, like it got corny after a little while. Like now it's coming back because they bring back all the old stuff.
They're bringing all the old shit.
It was
back,
because the street's driving.
Like Tommy was whack. Everybody got whack, like Nautica. So all those brands that we would wear, now everybody's going to the Gucci, the Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just, that was always fly, the Gucci and the Louis. But
yeah, that shit,
like, I don't know,
that shit that got corny too.
Like us. Yeah. But I'm saying, I feel like dudes like our era, we don't have anything to shop for. Like there's nothing that I like out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what made me want to jump in. So it was like, and New York was getting like corny with the fashion. So it was like, I got to jump in, do something.
Okay.
Carlos, I saw an article somewhere on you that said, I don't know, one of your early gigs was, doing stocks or something with the market. And you were making shit money every week, and you said that could barely get you a pair of shoes and a Benetton T-shirt, so you had to figure something else out.
Yeah,
you remember saying that?
I was like 16. Yeah, damn, you took it back. I was 16. I remember I worked at a C-Town supermarket, stocking the shelves for like a week, and I got paid my first check, and I went and I bought a pair of blue and yellow Dunks and a yellow Benetton T-shirt. My check was done. And I was like, yo, you know what? I make more money in the street doing what I do. Fuck this shit. I was like, keep that little $100. Fuck out of here.
Later for that shit. I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we used to think back then. Because like I said, everybody wanted to be that dude.
No doubt.
Carlos,
like
growing up, yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you look up the cats like Dapper Dan and Shirt Kings and people like that? Was that did you ever, I mean,
as an inspiration?
Inspiration wise, yeah. Was that something you kind of tapped into as well?
Nah, that's a crazy shit because like Shirt Kings was the early 80s. Cause I went to high school in Queens, so I used to go by the Coliseum, Jamaica Ave, like every day to catch the bus to go home to Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. So like only like I didn't want a Roger Rabbit on my shirt or some shit like that, or a cartoon Bugs Bunny on my shirt. And then I was like, I'm not gonna put myself on a shirt. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't a rapper, so I was like, what am I gonna do? Shirt King shirt, like saying Carlos. I was like, I'm good. And then, I mean, it was fly though. Like if you was somebody and you had it on, it was dope. I don't know, but like that wasn't my style. My style was went to the Benetton and the Polo and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then like when Dapper Dan came out, that shit was too rich for my blood. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I got you. I'm shit. Custom shit like that. Yeah.
I can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, even like back, like if you say the prices now, like I think it was like 500 or 800, maybe even 1,000. Like it's not a lot, but it was a lot for back then.
Oh, of course.
Gucci sneakers were like $150 back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a lot for that era.
Absolutely.
Like 86.
Yeah.
85. You know what I mean? So if you had a pair of $50 sneakers, you were doing it. And then it went to like 100 with the Air Max, the 95 came out in 95. And that's when nobody paid $150 for sneakers till then.
Man, the sneaker game went crazy in the mid-90s. Yeah, with the J's and all that shit getting up there in price like that. Yeah, that shit was stupid.
Like the first Jordans were like $60.
Yeah.
The Air Jordan 1s. They were $60 when they first came out.
Yeah.
Or $70 maybe.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing them, they were on sale because they weren't buying them shit like that.
Nah, it wasn't. But everything after that was sky high, man. It was a wrap after that. He never looked back either. Fucking billionaire.
The twos were $100. The Air Jordan 2s. Remember them shits?
Yep. Absolutely.
They were like the first one for $100. I was like, damn, those $100 with the Nike tag. Them shit look weird.
No
like,
Nike tag, none of that shit. Like you don't even, you know what? Like
back then
who the fuck he think he is,
everywhere,
man?
You know what I mean?
Shit's crazy.
We were walking
man.
billboards back then.
Yo, what you think about? Speaking of Dapper Dan, what you think about Gucci, like turning the corner and like coming back around to fuck with him, like all that shit he went through with getting his stores closed down for trademark infringement and all of that, and now they showing up on the red carpet with custom Dapper Dan Gucci suits on and shit like that, and Gucci is co-signing this shit. Like, what do you think about that? Is that not the craziest shit you ever seen in your life, or what?
Yeah, seen it from back then of what happened to him, and then it was like he's like faded to black because you didn't really hear from him till now,
right?
You know what I mean? Like after he got shut down. I mean, I don't know if he still was doing business or whatever, but nobody was saying I got a Dapper Dan suit.
Yeah.
And then, but to see it now come back for him is good, man. He deserves that.
Absolutely.
He should have been a designer with them.
No doubt.
Yeah, a long time.
Like from back then. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because but you got to think also those companies didn't want us to wear it.
Nah, they still don't. They still don't.
And
that's what people don't understand. It's just like, nothing has changed. Nothing has turned the corner. I think speaking about the polo shit a little while ago, I think Ralph Lauren is the only one that embraces us. Like, you never heard nothing about him. We don't make polo for black people and blase blah. He's got models. He's had models for years. People of color, you know
definitely.
what I mean? Like he embraces it. I imagine because he got a little bit of genius in him and he sees that our dollars matter. You know what I mean? But when you think about
if you really think about it though, they didn't really make that for us. A polo shirt was not made for us.
Nah, it wasn't made for us.
You know what I mean? Like with the man on the horse, like you know what I mean? It wasn't really made for us.
Nah, it wasn't made for us at all. But at the end of the day, Ralph Lauren got to eat too.
For sure.
He want our money too. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes sense to kind of cater to a particular, demographic, whether it be in black people, Spanish people, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, whatever the case may be. It just makes sense. So
you know what's crazy? There was a fashion dude back in the days. I don't know if you remember this. You my age, you might. He had a brand called, his name was Will Smith. He had a brand, not the actor, not the rapper. His name was Will Smith. He had a line called Willie Wear. And we used to wear that shit because he was the first like black designer, like high end. Like he was making stuff like the Perry Ellis style stuff.
That's crazy.
Like the slacks, like the pole. Like he was in that market with pole. Like I just copped at Macy's.
That's crazy.
Willie Wear. People don't even know about that. We was rocking with that back in the day.
I never heard of that until now. Now I'm gonna tell you what bugged me out to see April Walker out here still doing her thing with Walker.
That's
Wear.
the fam. I brought her back to life. I did some collabs with her. I brought her back to life. Put that in the interview.
Wow.
Yeah,
we got it right here. We got it right now.
That's the fam.
What's the story on that? What's the story on that, Carlos?
Oh, with April?
Yeah.
She and I go, like you got to respect her, who she is in the game,
Absolutely.
So, and she's a beautiful person as well. So I met her through Combat Jack. She came to one of our events.
Shouts out to Combat
RP
Jack.
Combat
Rest
Jack, Reggie. And we hit it off, and then we always talked here and there, and she, we would shoot ideas past each other, and we were like, yeah, we'll do a collab. And then when Fidel Castro passed away, we decided to do it. She said, you got to do a Fidel shirt. And I was like, I don't want to do a Fidel Castro shirt. And she's like, oh, we got to. Let's do it. And I said, you know what? I have an idea. Let's do Fidel Castro with Asada Shakur. Because remember, she was on a run out there.
That's right,
in Cuba.
Yeah.
So I said, because then it was saying like, oh, they're going to send her back to the U.S. now because, he passed away. So I said, yo, let's do a collab. And I said, long live the revolution. But I did it in Spanish, but I put a picture of Fidel and a picture of her. It was like on a poster. So like, one of those old like propaganda posters type style.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was our first drop together and people went crazy for it. Because, a lot of Cubans are offended by Fidel Castro. Some are, some aren't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I don't want to, rub nobody the wrong way, because back then when Fidel took power, he was on some positive stuff. He wasn't on, like the dictatorship.
Yeah,
he was more for the people. He was a people for the people.
But I guess once politics, more and more politics seeped into his movement, that's when he probably switched up.
So my parents, when they went to college in Puerto Rico, they told me that they did donations for him to send him money to Cuba to help him fight the last dictator. So, and then when he changed, it was like, wow, he jerked us. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't want to offend anybody with Fidel image. Yeah. And, so that's why I did it with Assata Shakur. That way it's more like when he was still doing the right thing. He was
still doing the right thing. I got you. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So that led to our first collab. And then I was watching the BDP video, the Love's Gonna Get You, and KRS had the Jesus Was an African t-shirt, and I was like, yo, we need to bring that back right now. So I hit her up. I was like, yo, you ready for our next collab? And she was like, let's do it.
Nice.
And so we dropped that one. But, KRS was black and white, so I did a little black and white one, but I did the red and green joint as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, red, black, and green joint.
Yeah.
So then, and then when God Bless the Dead, when Nipsey got murdered, I was like, yo, we got to do something. So I was listening to Self-Destruction. So I flipped the Self-Destruction logo and I made it say, I wanted to say, stop killing our leaders. And then she hit me back with a phone call, was like, yo, let's do it. Stop killing our kings. And I was like, yo, that's the one.
All right.
That's the one.
So that's we dropped that flip too.
Damn. We don't have that in the prep topic, homie. The April Walker shit. The collaboration between CMNY and April Walker, that's dope, man. That's unexpected, man. I follow her on the gram, man. So I've been keeping up with her, and I like the way she moves, and she is a beautiful person, like you said.
She's super humble, man. Yeah, beautiful soul, also, man. Absolutely. Super humble.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you can tell if you ever talk to her, you're like, yeah, Carlos said he brought you back on. He put you back on.
I think that's how we gonna get the interview with her. I'm gonna throw that at her. She gonna be like, what? Hell no.
I got you. I'll plug that in too for y'all.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, Carlos, you have any problems with bootlegging, man? People bootlegging.
You know
what?
Shit? I see a lot of people like they copy some of my stuff, but I say to myself as well, I'm like, either I'm making it or I can't really do anything, because think about it. If Gucci, Louis, Nike, everybody gets bootlegged. So what am I going to do? You know what I mean? Crowder ones. Like, I've seen the people did the Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas piece, and a few other pieces like mine. But I'm like, it is what it is. You know what? Like the Nas 5 mic source joint I did. I think did that one like crazy. So I'm like, yo, that means, people copy my, they watching me.
Right.
But you know where to get the original at. So you want the Fugaga one or you want the real one?
Fugaga.
Right. What's up with
that real shit?
What's up with the dad hat? Dad hats, Meeks. You see that in the catalog?
Man,
the dad
I'm telling you, man.
What's up with the dad hats?
I'm
Carlos?
putting a shopping cart together right now, dude.
Yo, it's crazy because like back in the days, I used to wear the polo dad hat.
Right.
And then, like now, I don't know. I feel like when I wear, I feel funny. Like it's like I'm a little kid when I wear it, or I'm Frankie Beverly or some shit. You know what I mean? But I mean, I ain't not. Teach his own. Like some people want 5-panel hats. I can't wear those hats. I need to wear like a snapback or a fitted.
Right. Yeah.
Or Kango. Throw me a Kango. I might rock a Kango one day again.
That's dope, man. What's up with your love of sports, Carlos? You did a Clemente tee. At the top, right before the season
the
kicked off.
Stuff, I try to help. I try to bring back some iconic figures that people don't remember. Or I mean, Roberto Clemente is remembered, but I'm saying some people, he's not in. People don't talk about Roberto Clemente like that, and he was such a hero for us. Me being a Puerto Rican, Puerto Rican descent, like my family's Puerto Rican, so I had to do something for my people.
Gotcha.
So Roberto Clemente hit that out the park right there.
Yeah, that's dope. Just in time for the season kicking off. It's fresh, man.
Yeah. Nah, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
So let's pivot for a second, man, because you got your hands dipped in a lot of things, but you're on a podcast now. Let's talk a little bit about the new podcast with Don Will. Yeah, let's get into that a little bit.
Definitely. What's that?
So how'd this thing start, man? What's the genesis of this thing?
Well, I have two things lined up as we speak. So I have the podcast with Don Will. It's called Book of Rhymes. And that goes into, like, we bring in, like, the old acts, like, not the old acts, but, like, from my era, like the Black Moons, the Smith & Wessons. And, we try to bring the newer dudes as well. So what we do, though, is that we'll take, like, Black Moon. We did the Black Moon interview. That was our first show we dropped. We talked about Into the Stage, how they made it, how that all came about, how the group came together. And then we talked about the new music dropping, like the new album coming out. So the same thing went for Smith & Wesson. And, talked about The Shining, making of The Shining. And then we talked about the new album, The All.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then that's one thing I'm working on. And then the other thing is I got a cooking show called Eat With Me.
Okay.
So I have a chef come through, my co-host, Lil BBQ from Spanish Harlem. So we do that, and I bring on a guest, and we talk about back in the days. Like, we just talk shit and have the chef cook up some stuff that, I asked the guest, like, what's your favorite dish? So the first show is going to air soon. We had Ralph McDaniels on for Real Music Box.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Uncle Ralph.
Yeah, that's the first show. So Ralph McDaniels is an icon.
Man.
And he's my man. So I was like, let me bring Ralph on. So I brought him on and I asked him what his favorite dish. He said a fish dish, So I had my chef hook it up. He cooked some fish in the oven. We had some vegetables, served it. We talked, like we talked about the Video Music Box days and how he started, everything. It just flows. And Ralph, he's a great dude. So it just worked out perfectly.
Nice.
You've been stewing on this stuff, like just trying to find some other lanes to get into, Carlos, lately, like outside of the fashion, but still have it all connected and make sense?
It's crazy because it kind of came to me like when Combat passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe a year later or less than a year later, I went up to my man A King. He used to do the Combat Jack show.
Yep.
We did a radio show together called on PNC Radio back in the days. My man DJ Mark.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, let's do something. I told him about the Book of Rhymes. And he's like, yo, you got to do it. You got to be the host. And I was like, nah, I don't want to be the host. I want to do it, though. I want this to be my show. I said, I wanted him to be the host, actually, because they can, he's knowledgeable of everything, like hip-hop, whatever. So he was like, nah, I don't want to be the host either. And I was like, it got to be somebody young. I don't want to be the host. Let's say like it blows up and I got to interview a rapper that I really don't want to interview. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to talk about their music. I'm like, this shit is trash, man.
Right.
So,
I fuck with this guy, man.
I can't talk about it. So
nice.
I spoke to my homegirl, Mika, and she, she's the executive producer of the show, the Book of Rhymes. And I'm like, yo, I need somebody young. And she's like, I got somebody. So we had one cat in mind, but she was like, nah, I got somebody. So she brought Don Will in. And as soon as I met Don Will, he walked in the door. I was like, yo, he didn't even introduce himself. I said, yo, you got the job, bro. And he's like, what? I said, yo, you hired. And he was like, oh, shit. So it was like, I just felt him. I felt his vibe. And then he was like, yo, he was in a group called Tanya Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, shit. I was like, that's dope. I said, you guys are all right,
Keep him in check.
Yeah. You gotta keep him humble, man. You can't, make him feel gassed up and shit. Now he's Don Will, another great dude, man. Real solid individual as well.
Hell yeah.
So
that's what's up.
Tomorrow we're filming a new episode. We're gonna have 8 in the can, so we'll be good for a little while.
What you think about the podcast game, Carlos? You like it? You want to see more from it, or are you kind of like finding your way with it right now?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I never really listened to podcasts till Combat Jack show, really.
Okay.
And then Rap Radar. Like I would listen to those, and then Drink Champs, because I knew Nori since he was a kid.
Yeah.
So I was like, I listened to Drink Champs. So I was proud of Nori for doing that, like jumping in that lane.
Yeah.
Because it opened up another avenue for him. I don't know. Like a lot of them are kind of bullshit to me. They're not educational. They just talk shit, and I want to hear something with substance.
Gotcha.
So I feel like the Book of Rhymes gives you that substance that is lacking right now.
Okay. That's what's up.
For my age group or whatever, or like, people
absolutely,
that identify what I like.
Yeah.
So, because, like right now, we're dropping one this week, Benny the Butcher.
Okay.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so that's fam too. You know what I mean? So I had to get him on the
getting
show.
a lot of run right now. That's actually a good look for real.
And it's crazy because when I met Westside through A King. A King was like, "Yo, you gotta hear these dudes. You'll love it." I was like, "No, I won't." And he's like, "No, this is your style. You're gonna love it." I was like, "I don't want to hear it. I'm good." But, I'm thinking like he was from LA. Not to diss anybody from LA. LA got dope shit too.
Yeah.
But, I was like, that's not my style. And he's like, nah. And I thought like should be some gang shit because the cover was red. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not into all that gang shit. So he was like, nah, listen to it. You're gonna love it. And I swear to God, I popped it in. And as soon as it came on, I think the first song was Dunks or whatever on Fly God.
Yeah.
That beat, I was like, yo, this is coming back to like the 90s. I was like, yo, what is this?
Yeah.
And then Conway was talking crazy on that shit.
Yeah,
So
they got that shit on lock right now. I ain't even mad at
it. That's a peel your face off rap.
Yeah, we play a ton of that Benny and Westside and Conway and we really been on a upstate New York run here lately.
Yeah, man.
Rochester
Spesh and Shay.
Upstate New York got it. Yo, who would ever thought that upstate New York represents New York right now?
Yo, that's what we was telling Shay Noah last week. Like for our era, the furthest upstate that popped off was Mount Vernon.
Was Yonkers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yonkers had a minute. Yeah, Yonkers had it for a minute, but it was, Heavy
Vernon,
D,
you're right.
Heavy D, Pete Rock, CL, all that shit. That was
You got it. You got it. You said it. You called it. And I was like, it's crazy. Like being from Brooklyn, you would tell me go to Mount Vernon. I'm like, nah, that's too far. That's like another planet going to Mount Vernon. Yeah. Like, nah, that's too far.
Yeah, that's a different type of New York, right?
Good. That's not even New York anymore.
That's funny.
Hell yeah.
Yo, it's ill. You mentioned Combat earlier, man. The first time I heard, I had heard about Westside and that movement, but the first time I actually stopped and said, "All right, I got to check this out," is when Combat had Razkaz on, and he asked Razzie like who he was fucking with right now, and the first person that Razzie said was, he's like, "Man, I really love this dude, Westside Gun, like." I think he's from Buffalo and he lives in Atlanta. And I'm like, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. What is going on? And man, that was just like, I mean, you talk about education and substance, man. Like that was what, that's what drew me into Combat Jack and, all of those.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. It was just like, man, I really, not only, just being on some, music history nerd shit, like you would find out about new stuff in the process too, man, because it was this weird, just kind of odd mix of like new and old and kind of bridging that gap into, basically our demographic, man. I think that's why, we all latched onto it so heavily.
No doubt.
So.
Yeah, and he's greatly missed right now because I don't feel no one could fill those shoes.
No one has.
Yeah.
There's a huge gap, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. That's a tough one.
Yeah, man. So it's like I don't even listen to podcasts. I listen to hours, but I can't.
Yeah, that's
they're not
about
anything I want to hear.
Yeah. We shout him out every week. Every time we post up a new episode, man, we RIP Combat Jack is in there, and it's gonna be right there.
Yeah.
Jack
and Combat Jack and Cypher and Rosenberg were the reason we really we kind of started this show, man.
That was good.
Yeah.
The Juan Epstein podcast, they were good too.
Yeah.
I forgot about them.
No doubt.
Juan Ep was super dope. I mean, even for all the fuckury Rosenberg would find himself in the middle of that podcast. That podcast was the only saving grace with that guy for me. But man.
Yeah, Cypher's my man. Yeah, Cypher's a good dude also.
Yeah, no doubt.
What's up?
So, so what else is on the horizon, Carlos? I mean, you talked about the TV show. Where's the TV show going to drop? Is it YouTube or? Are you in pilot mode now, or what are you doing?
No, it's gonna be on YouTube, and then you can probably watch it through my website as well. And I mean, it's just starting now, so we'll see how far it can go. But definitely got to start on YouTube.
Carlos, what's your chef's name again? Was it Lil BBQ?
Oh, yeah, Lil BBQ, Little Barbecue.
Yo, what's his specialty, man?
Yo, man, if you go on his page, I argue with him. I don't argue with him, but I'll be like, yo, fam, what's good? Send me a fucking plate. What the fuck? And he's like, yo, got you, bro. Then when he comes through the show, I'm like, yo, what's that shit? He's like, oh, I'm just brought food for what we're making. I'm like, no, motherfucker, bring me some of that other shit, too. Word. Don't just give them what they want, give them what we want, too.
Right.
Yeah, like, he's incredible, man, with his presentation.
Yeah.
And oh man, what he puts out, he's like a rapper but a chef.
No doubt. Yo, what's the best plate you got he put out there? What's the best plate he put out there for you? Up to this point, what's the best plate?
From the shows or that I've seen him make?
Just in general, like what would you definitely like put a gun at his head and demand that he make that shit for you right now?
Yo, you know what I always tell him this shit? His shrimp fried rice was crazy.
Yeah.
Like
that's
he
strong,
like the jumbo shrimps he puts the prawns in there, not like little baby shrimp. Like you get from the Chinese takeout and shit. You know what I mean? Like this should be looking like, yo,
he PF Chang that thing.
He got the whole goddamn
he makes
shrimp in there.
Like shit, bro, for real. PF Chang ain't fucking with his shrimp fried rice.
God damn.
And then he got the pulpo salad. That's the octopus salad.
Yeah,
we call it pulpo in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit. I'm like, bro,
man.
can I get some of that? He's like, yo, I gotta make some. But yo, he said he's best known for his chili.
Okay.
I'm like, what?
Really?
He's like, yo, people be beefing for his chili. Like, they want to fight for his chili.
Nice.
All right.
We got it for real.
Up, man.
Yeah, he got it for real.
He got it. So I put up against anybody.
That's what's up. We'll see y'all on the Food Network one day, man.
I think we're too hood for that, man. I don't know.
They need to come on in, man. They need to come on in and get some of this hood shit on there, man. I'm telling you.
You know what I mean? That'd be crazy.
That would be dope.
You know, people might be like, "Oh, they sold out. They're on the Food Network now.
Nah,
we can't do how we do.
Nah,
like he be smoking weed while he cooking and shit. I'm like, yo, this dude's crazy.
That's dope.
So like.
That's what we're doing at the showcase this year.
What we're doing?
We're gonna have Carlos and Lil BBQ come down, and we're gonna have Dylan with the lobster roll shit.
Oh man, we serving tapas this year.
Right, exactly. And then we're gonna have a whole food section for the showcase this year. That's what we should do.
Let's do that shit
before the show starts. That's what we should do.
I need to come down. I need to come down there, man. Whilst we're talking about it, I was like, we should make a run out there this year.
Yeah, man.
Man, make sure you holler at us if you do, man. We got you.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do this fall, man. We'll keep you in the loop.
Hell yeah.
Nah, definitely let me know. You got my number. You can hit me direct.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
All right, Carlos. So we're gonna wrap this up, man. We've taken far too much of your time.
We gotta let him get some shit off his chest, man.
We like to give folks the floor, man. So if there's anything you like to get off your chest,
yeah, man,
this is the time for that. And if not, just tell everybody where they can go. Support you. Really buy some shit. Honestly,
no doubt.
The floor is yours, brother.
All right, so let's start with the clothing line. You can hit up that www.classicmaterialny.com and you can check out what I drop on my Instagram, Classic Material NY. And then the Book of Ron's podcast, we drop bi-weekly. We're dropping a new episode this Thursday. It's going to be Benny the Butcher, hosted by Don Will. That's going crazy. You can follow that Book of Ron's pod. And then the cooking show dropping real soon, our first episode with Uncle Ralph McDaniels. You heard it first here.
Man.
All right, beautiful.
That's going to be crazy.
That's called Eat With Me. That's called Eat With Me.
Yep.
So on Instagram, it's Eat With Me, CMNY.
Dope.
Or you can type in Classic Material New York or CMNY and all your shit comes up, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's dope. I love that. Yeah. And it's my initials, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. That's a dope flip. I noticed that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, that caught me too. Anything you want anything you want to put on blast, any shit you want to squash right now, you good?
Oh, I ain't got to squash shit. They got to squash it with me if they don't want to squash anything. I ain't got to squash nothing. But I'm going to tell you like this. We're working on something real big. It's called the Book of Rhymes Tour. My man P. Watts. We got Meticulous with Justo. We've got Rashid Chappelle. We've got my man Dice Man from Legion.
Oh, wow.
And damn, who else we got on the tour going with us? I think that's about it. But I'll keep you in tune with that. But that's gonna be hopefully September around that time. We should be doing a nice little Book of Rhymes tour.
Okay, cool, cool. You got cities lined up and all that.
We working on that. Well, we're gonna line it up real soon.
Okay,
we're trying to do it for September.
That's what's up.
But we definitely want to come out there and check y'all out. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Beautiful. And while you putting that together, man, get up to speed on this group from Atlanta called Dochino, man. They might be able to like be an opening act or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I say no more.
Yeah.
D-O-E like this.
Yeah, DOECINO. Yeah. Dochino.
Say no more. I got you. Dochino, I got you. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you like this. My man P. Watts got some shit for y'all.
Oh, we fuck with P. Watts.
I know he does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if you heard that song Bendiciones he just did. That shit is crazy.
No, Watch just keeps telling us about all this music that he's gonna have for us, and we're just patiently waiting.
Yeah, we just waiting. We just waiting him out, man. We know it's coming.
Yo, he's like the modern day Dr. Dre, right? He be holding out all his music. You know how much shit he got? He hasn't dropped.
I don't even.
He got songs with Nipsey Hussle, man.
That's
from
crazy.
2012, and he didn't even drop it yet.
That's crazy.
He got songs with Ghostface, Grand Pooh, but like, yo, you name it, he got it.
That's crazy.
I'm like, he's like Thanos, man.
Yeah,
he's like Thanos. Yeah. All the fucking stones and shit.
Yeah. Well, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna snap his fingers one day, and all that shit gonna drop at the same time. That's what's gonna happen. And motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to handle it, man.
He got a crazy banger with Etho too, produced by Lost Professor. I was in the studio. I witnessed that song being made. Wow. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah. He told us some things, man.
He told us. I mean, when he brought Large through, Large was like, he's like, "Y'all wait." He's like, "My man's got some shit in the stash." Yeah. I'm like, "All right, well, if Large says it, then it must be true.
It's got to be good, no doubt."
Yo, he got a good ear watch, so he should be good, man.
Okay.
I mean, I keep telling him time and time again, like I love that single, man. The joint that he did with Large and with OG and Sadat, and I love that fucking record, man. I played the fuck out of that record. Oh God,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't hear songs like that anymore. Right. Like, you can still hear it like 2 years from now, 5 years from now. Like, that song got shelf life forever. Like, you can hear that shit 20 years from now, you still like it.
Right. You're right about that.
It starts Peace to the Boy Boogie. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this is hot.
Yeah. Yo, you know what? That's actually what the real challenge is right now, right? Because the technology is caught up. You know, we see it every week, Carlos. You know, fucking 20 albums in my inbox and 30 singles and all this shit. Like what these young guys have got to figure out, and not just the young guys, just people, just whatever type of artist you are in this shit, you got to figure out how to make those classics. Like literally, you got to figure out like, how do you make something that is going to stand the test of time that people are going to remember when you flip back to 2019, for example, right?
No
like if I flip back to 20, it's really tough, man.
Why is it though? Like, we could hear a OC Time's Up any day of the week and it still sounds brand new.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, because like it's just so much that goes. It's just so much that goes into that when it hits your ears, man. You remember where you were the first time you heard that shit. You probably remember what the fuck you had on, who your bitch was at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like the year, the day, and the month. All that shit just pops into your head when you hear these songs. The way they make music nowadays, it's so microwave-ish, man. You
I
don't
feel like
have
it's disposable.
Yeah, there's
music.
nothing about it that sticks with you. Yeah. None of it sticks with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And plus we talking about a time when motherfuckers would push an album for 2 years, damn near. You know what I mean? Like you think that motherfucker was dead, and now we dropping another single, and this motherfucker adds a whole another 6-8 months to it. And it's just like, man, that record is timeless, dude. It'll never stop. It'll never stop, man.
Think about it like this. When you heard Grand Pooba 360, what goes around comes around.
Come on, man.
Oh, my God.
As soon as you heard it, as soon as you heard the beat drop, boom, boom, boom,
come on, man.
Yeah. Yo, as soon as you heard that, you were like, oh, shit.
Come on, man.
Something's going to come on. It's going to be crazy right now.
Flavor, man.
And it was Grand Pooba.
Pure flavor, man. Carlos, speaking of,
I don't feel that anymore.
Speaking of, you know what you know what you're getting and things like that. I wanted to ask you. I want to make sure I ask you this before we get off the phone. What are people getting? What has gone into a CMNY T-shirt or beanie or a hat once it shows up on somebody's doorstep? Like what's that process? Are you is all this stuff done in-house, or do you have a producer that distributes from an off-site location? Like what's all of the work that goes into?
It's all in-house. It's all in-house. As soon as I get the order, I go to my store. Well, I had a store before, and we had to close it down because the Brooklyn is getting crazy with the rent. Yeah. So, I go to my storage every day and ship stuff out, bro. It's crazy. It's like a one-man show. Okay. So that's my job, man. I just go ship stuff out, come back home and chill.
Nice, man. Nice.
So yeah, man. Please go buy some stuff on the website. No help me live.
Yo, no say no more, man. We you got some orders coming from Atlanta real soon. Sir. Don't even worry about it.
No doubt.
I got you.
It's funny because a lot of cats in Atlanta been hitting me up like, yo, come do a pop-up out here, and I'm like, I want to go out there first and feel the vibe. You know what I mean?
Do a pop-up.
So I know what to do for Atlanta. I can't just roll out there, just come through and I'm here. Nah, I want to connect with the people first. You know what I mean? And
get ready to do a pop-up in October, man. We got you. We got the perfect. We got the perfect.
I'm coming out there.
Perfect venue, perfect event for your pop-up. Say no more.
Yeah, we got to
say no more. We'll make it happen. That's what it is. I'm gonna do a Southern Vanguard radio T-shirt or something. Hey, man. You know what I
mean? Hey, let's get it in.
Let's do it.
And that's gonna do it for the interview, ladies and gentlemen. No more secrets.
Yeah, we're not talking about anything
else. No more special shit.
We're not letting anything else out of the bag. That's it. We're saying too much.
Yo, hold on. The next one, you got to fly me down, man. Stop having babies. I'll come down there, man.
That's a trade-off right there. When you want to make business happen, man, you got to trade off on some shit. We got you. Business class all the way, man. No problem.
Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Put me in the luggage bin. I don't care, man.
Just get me here.
Word.
I hear you. That's what's up.
Word. Carlos, thank you, man.
We appreciate you, man.
Y'all be safe, man. Yo, thank you, guys. Man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. Word.
Man, absolutely. Thanks for taking the time out, man.
Thank you, brother. We'll be in touch.
Absolutely.
Enjoy your evening.
All right, for sure.
Peace.
All right, peace.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. Yo, while we was mid-interview, man, I reached out to April Walker, man. She said she down.
Oh, did she? Yeah, all right. Just like that.
Yeah, just like that, man.
Ain't the internet some shit?
It ain't that hard. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? Southern Vanguard Radio, man. Episode 207. Interview with CMNY own Carlos Maldonado. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, some fly shit. I mean,
New
seriously.
York, you know what I'm saying?
Get your fucking PayPal ready or Venmo ready or your fucking whatever your Western Union wire transfer, whatever the fuck, man. Look, you go to his site.
He got something for you.
You can drop a couple bills easy. And
he got something for everybody.
Oh, man. Literally classic material.
No doubt.
All right. Southern Vanguard Radio.
Yeah.
Twice a week Meeks.
Twice a week Doe.
Twice a week Doe.
Yeah.
We out.
We out, y'all. Peace.